in the QBO gym, and this is where we have numerous hands-on exercises that simulate real-life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. Each month covers a variety of new topics and scenarios, and to make it a little bit easier for you, we break it down into 4 different sections. So if you are looking to work on your bookkeeping skills, this is the place for you. And if you want to do an entire month's worth of these all on your own, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. But let's go ahead and get started with the exercise, which is being pulled from our September Year 1 cool down section. At the top here is an animated video to give you a synopsis of what is going on in Craig's world this month. He is our fictitious business owner. Further down is an interactive pre-assessment quiz that relates to the video up above. Below that are the exercises in this section. And at the bottom here is an optional area where after you have gone through all of the exercises in this section and completed them, you will unlock some sample marketing posts that you can use on your LinkedIn to share with everyone what you have learned so far. So let's go ahead and get into today's exercise where we are going to practice reconciling the Mastercard account. Go ahead and click on that link to have the exercise come up for you. I have it here on the right side, so let's read through the scenario. As a bookkeeper, your primary responsibility is to ensure that all financial transactions are correctly categorized and match the flow of money into and out of the bank. You have just received the statement from Mastercard. Now it's time to confirm that all the transactions have been correctly added to and categorized in QuickBooks Online. Now you will need to be in the same session of the sample company that you did the previous exercise in. If you have not completed that one yet, go ahead and click on the link on the top right corner of your screen. That'll take you to that exercise. Complete that one and then come back to this one. So to complete this exercise, you will need a copy of the Mastercard statement. Click the link beneath the cooldown video to grab a copy of the statement for Craig's credit card account. So if I scroll back up here in the gym, here's the animated video, and then below that there is this button that says Mastercard statement. Go ahead and click on that, and you will have it download for you, open it up, and this is what it will look like. I'm going to scroll in a little bit. This is what you will see when you open it up. So let's go ahead and get started with the exercise. Now I have the sample company here on the left side of my screen. This is the last page that I left off of from the previous exercise. So from here, we can get started with reconciling the Mastercard by in the account field selecting Mastercard. So click the down arrow here, and then if you want to scroll down just a little bit, you will see the Mastercard credit card account. Go ahead and click on that. We're going to look for the balance on the Mastercard statement. So if we look at this, it says that the new balance is $1,056.29. So in that statement ending balance, that is what we want to enter. So 1056.29. Now, in this field, in a real life scenario, you would use the ending date that would be here on the statement. However, because the dates in the sample company are always changing, we are just going to use today's date here in this field. So just go ahead and click into it and type a lowercase t for T for Tom, so that you can have it show up for you. It's a nice little shortcut. If you happen to see this error message kind of come up, don't worry about it. It's a glitch in the sample company, so I don't know why it's there, so you can just ignore it. We can go ahead and start reconciling by clicking on the green Start Reconciling button, so go ahead and do that. And once you do, this is what it will look like. You may get some pop-ups here. If you do, just go ahead and click out of them. So now we want to examine each charge and payment on the credit card statement. And next to each matching amount, we want to click on the adjacent circle. Notice the difference is not 0. I'll get to that in a moment. So let's go ahead and start doing this. I'm going to scroll over so that I can see my circles right here. So the first one here for Tanya's nursery is $158.08, which happens to be this top one right here. So go ahead and click on that circle once you find it. Chin's Gas and Oil for $65. So that happens to be the next one as well. So keep clicking on, or click on that circle as well. We have one for Hicks Hardware for $88.09, which happens to be that next one right there. So we're going to keep on moving down. It looks like we have two for Tanya's nursery, one for $54.92 and one for $82.45. So let's go ahead and look at that. Those happen to be the next two as well. So as you're reconciling, you always want to double check if you have the name, the information, whatever it is. You want to be checking that here in this field, this payee field, and then also matching it with the amount here as well. Because sometimes you can have a charge that happens to be the exact same amount, but it's for a different vendor. So you always want to just double check that if you have that information here on the statement, which we do. All right, so Ellis Equipment Rental for $112. Let's go ahead and look at that. That is the next one right here. Go ahead and click on that. Then we have for Cal Telephone, $74.36. So that happens to be the next one right here. And it's nice that this happens to all be in order. Just know that when you're reconciling, this may not always be the case. It's just for this exercise, it just seems to work out that everything on the statement is going in the same order as what we have here in QBO. All right, so we just did Cal Telephone. Now we have Lee Advertising for $74.86, which is the next one there. Oops, I clicked into it, not the circle. There we go. And then we have two for Chin's Gas and Oil. We have one for 52. Well, there's actually both the exact same amount, 52.56. Let's hold off on that for a moment. Let's go back to that. Let's continue through and then we'll come back to that one because something about that just doesn't seem right. So let's go ahead and look at skip on past that to Norton Lumber and Building Materials. It's $103.55, which is right here. You can see that. So click on that. Then we have Cal Telephone again for $56.50. That is the next one there. Go ahead and click on that one. We have Squeaky Clean Car Wash for $19.99. So let's go ahead and click on that. That's the next one listed there. And then we have Bob's Burger Joint for $18.97. So that happens to be the next one right there. And then we have one more final one to take a look at, this Hicks Hardware one for $42.40, which happens to be that next one right here. All right, so as I mentioned here on this statement, there seems to be two here. So as I said, as it says here, if you examine the statement closely, you'll notice that there is one transaction that appears to be duplicated, which we mentioned here for Chins. Unlike the banks, sometimes there are errors on the credit card statement and they need to be investigated. In this case, you may want to call the credit card company. So it turns out that the new hire working the register at Chin's ran the card twice accidentally, and the charge will be removed. So the credit card company tells you that the actual balance for the statement should be $1,003.73. Note that some banks will want you to pay the full amount anyway, and then just wait for the reimbursement. But for this exercise, we're actually just going to edit the balance to what the credit card company had said. Now, in order to edit this statement ending balance, you actually want to click on this Edit Info button. So go ahead and click on that. And then let's update this field right here to say $1,000 or $1,003.73. So now we can go ahead and click on Save. Click on that green button. And now we just have that one transaction here, and it happens to match the amount here on the difference. So go ahead and click on that circle. And when you do, you will notice now that the difference is showing as 0, indicating that we are all done with reconciling the credit card statement. So this is all done. You can go ahead and click on the Finish Now button on the top right corner. Now you'll get this screen. Now before closing out of it, just a note here, a good workflow would be to pay the credit card bill immediately after it has been reconciled. If you click on Pay All or a portion of the bill now, QBO will automatically create a check transaction. And these days, it's not very common to pay a credit card bill with a check. To record another type of payment, such as ACH payment, you would just click on Done, and then you would create the transaction in the usual way. If you're not going to pay the credit card bill right away, you should add it to the Pay Bills screen so that you don't forget about it. Clicking Enter a Bill or Pay Later will take you directly to that screen. So clicking on that so that you get reminded of it later. But we're not going to do that here in this exercise. We're just going to go ahead and click on the green Done button. And there we go. You have now reconciled the Mastercard account. Now, if you like this exercise and you'd like to do more like it, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. We're going to continue on with our last exercise in the cool down section where we practice running reports. And I will see you in the next video.